All right, 7:30 a.m. Time to start day 2. Sleep was pretty good. Hotel rooms a little iffy, but for the price, I guess I can't complain. They gave me a little bit better rate since I came in so late, but about to start to get dressed, go check out the free breakfast, load the bike up, and get going. All right, we got a little bit of lube on the chain. She was a little dry. Ready to go. Back on the road again. I'll be crossing Louisiana today and hopefully make it, what time is it? 8:18. Hopefully to make it to Arlington by 3 o'clock, maybe earlier. I was trying to get there by 2, but fuel stops and stuff, it's probably not going to happen. So my neck's a little sore today. I'm sure that's a combination of all the riding from yesterday. And I'm not used to riding that long, 8 hours I think it was. That with a combination of the awful soft, thin down pillows at the hotel. I'm used to a nice, thick, firm Tempur-Pedic foam pillow. I hate soft pillows. So I got kind of a crick in my neck. That's probably going to present a problem today. It's going to be not very enjoyable. Here we are over the Mississippi. That's another state down. We're officially in Louisiana now, heading towards and through Shreveport. So I feel a little bad I'm not getting more footage, more angles, but really the first couple days of this trip are really just about putting miles down to get to the good stuff. I don't want to stop in these states that I've kind of been to or similar to my state and spend a bunch of time and delay myself. I'd rather spend more time in the areas that are really different for me, like Utah and Colorado and Canada and Alaska and all that stuff. The really awesome, really nice camper van behind me has a Florida tag. I'm highly curious as to where they're going. Well, I took it about 20 miles past zero and apparently out of gas. I don't understand how that works because when it says zero, got over a gallon, at least a gallon, maybe probably a little more left. I mean, the bike is still running, but it's cutting out. First I thought I touched the brake and it was the cruise control. No. We're out of gas. All right, well, I'm gonna get the fuel bottle. And got 1.5 liters, but there's an exit right up here. Didn't run her dry, at least. So kept the fuel system primed. And we're back and going. You know, that bike ran out of gas so quickly after the light. I'm gonna have to look up and verify. I'm thinking now that this bike is 4.5, not 5.5 gallons. It's also time for a 100-mile check-in. We're at mile 700. Yeah, mile 700 puts us in Monroe, Louisiana. I don't know if this is the Monroe from Duck Dynasty. That's West Monroe. I don't know if it's the same general area, but I'll look that up too when I get off and get gas. And if Duck Commander is close to the interstate, then we may drive by that. But if it's not fairly close, then I'm not gonna go and do that. All right, fueled up, watered up. I got a guy behind us trying to get to this pump, so I move out of the way real quick and then look up this tank size real quick. The Triumph Tiger 900 Rally Pro has a fuel tank capacity of 5.3 US gallons. That's what I thought, like 5.5 gallons. So when I'm only able to fit 4.1, 4.2 in, I should still have an entire gallon. But when it went to 0, it doesn't make sense. I'm getting like 42 miles per gallon, and the light's coming on at like 100, and the light is coming to 0, like range 0 at like 160 miles. So that should only be like burning 4 gallons. I should still have a gallon left, and it shows I have a gallon left. But I don't know. Maybe this tank has a really deep sump, and it has like a lot of fuel left in there that it can't pick up. I don't know. I'll have to do more research on that when I stop somewhere. That doesn't seem right. But we got a fuel bottle and we got a fuel bag, so I may end up using. I'm gonna definitely need the fuel bag if I end up doing the Dempster, and it's probably gonna be good to have it anyway. Up in Canada and Alaska, I might just ride around with at least a gallon in it, maybe half full in my bottle. I like my bottle because it's out of the way. As soon as I fill this up, it's got a strap somewhere, and it's gonna be heavy, and it's undoubtedly gonna be a bit of a hassle to use that fuel bag, but it'll be worth it when I run out of gas. Oh, I didn't look up where Duck Commander is. Oh well, we're gonna forget about that. Well, it looks like we hit some traffic. It's pretty much almost dead stop, just creeping along. It's at least 1.5 miles, 2 miles long. I'm not sure if lane filtering, lane splitting is legal in Louisiana. Otherwise, that's what I would be doing right now. We're 143 miles in for the day, and 4 hour, well, it's gonna be longer now, but 4 hours and 9 minutes away from Straight Line Motorsports, where my tire is waiting for me. This traffic, I don't know what's going on, but it's shut down to one lane, but it's a lot longer than I thought. It's several miles. I passed that 2 initial miles, and now I can see another probably 2 or 3 miles, and it's still going up and over the 2 hills from here. Might be standing up, creeping along like this for a while. All right, we're back picking up speed now. All that lane shut down just for construction, and the slowdown was everybody just watching the construction workers, I guess. No crash, nothing. It blows my mind what backs up traffic. 100-mile check-in. Mile 802 of the trip puts us in Shreveport, Louisiana. Looks like a pretty straight shot all the way through, though. Don't see any traffic. Hitting it at 11:30 in the afternoon. So, jump through Shreveport, cross the border, and we'll have our third state down. Louisiana will be done, and we'll be in Texas. Then I have 3 hours and 15 minutes it's showing to get to Straight Line Motorsports to get my tire done. I'm hoping that it came in today. They said it would be in on Friday, but I don't know what time their deliveries usually come. I'm really hoping it's there, and I'm really hoping they'll be able to fit me in and get the tire put on, because I may want to put some more miles in this evening before I stop for the day and at least get out of town. Texas state line right here. 3 states down, state number 4. Texas is one of the states that I actually wouldn't mind living in. We got a little bit of rain. Nothing serious, like a little sun shower, but feels good. Pulled me off a little bit. It's still fairly cloudy, but just before I crossed the state line, the sun came out for a little bit, and it was starting to roast me. Might hit a little bit of weather. It's looking pretty dark over here, and it just got real gusty and got real cold. Well, we outran that, but there's rain ahead. That's some like off and on rain now. I smell it though. I think we're gonna hit some heavier stuff up ahead. It definitely already rained here. Probably riding into it at this point. Trying to make it to the next main exit, which I think is Kilgore. I think it's called Kilgore. I get some fuel there, and maybe if it's raining, I'll be able to duck out of the rain for a minute. We're in the rain now. Close up my vents, but I think I'm just gonna get wet. It's hot. Actually feels really good. Oh man. Stopping at gas, I'll look at the radar and see what the radar shows and make a decision whether or not I'm going to put rain gear on. Because I can get rained on for a little while, but I'll get cold eventually. I don't want to put rain gear on and then 10 minutes down the road, 20 minutes down the road, it stops raining, and then I got to put the rain gear away to dry off. It's taking forever to get off this exit. Well, we hit our first rain in Texas. It's actually raining pretty good. I haven't seen rain in a while because in Florida we've had basically a month's worth of drought, like record-breaking droughts have been going on in Florida. But yeah, flowing water in the parking lot. Haven't seen this in a while. I think I'm gonna stay here and get a snack and something to drink and maybe see if it lets up a little bit, but I am kind of hungry. So I'm just gonna move the bike between the pumps where it's still under shade or under a cover, and then we'll go inside and get something to eat. So oddly enough, I just ran into a guy that pulled in the gas station on a Harley with a Florida tag. Pulled up at the pump where I was, and he came from west. He said it's still raining the way I'm going, so I went ahead and put my rain jacket on. But he was heading back to Jacksonville, of all things, where I came from. So, all right, well, get back on the interstate and keep heading towards Arlington. Still should be there in time to hopefully get my tire swapped out today, as long as it's come in and is in stock now. We're at another 100-mile check-in. Mile 300 for the day and mile 900 for the trip. Puts us in Tyler, Texas. So next major town city will be Dallas, and we'll be basically going into town there, just south into Dallas, Arlington. Right here the sun is out and the road is pretty dry, so I might actually pull over here and take this rain jacket off, because it's pretty big on me without wearing my regular ADV riding jacket underneath. This is the rain liner that goes over top of that jacket, so it's really big and it's flapping a lot, and it's pretty annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna jump off of this exit and take this rain jacket off. It looks clear ahead. It should be fine. All right, let's keep going. The scene is still barking at me, low battery, so I'm just gonna ride without music and let it charge. Actually, that was not charging at all. Because it lasts so long, and I haven't had it long, I haven't charged it but once or twice. And the connection to the dock on the new Cenas is a USB-C, and the charging port is USB-C. So I had plugged the charging cable into the dock port, so it didn't charge at all. No wonder it was giving me low battery. Of course, as soon as I take my rain jacket off, because it was sunny and clear, I hit a little more rain. Hopefully this is just a sun shower and I don't get soaked again. So my pants are still wet, but my shirt's dry now. The shirt dries really quick. I really like this MSR gear. There is definitely more rain ahead. This is on a crest of a hill and I can see it ahead. It's a couple miles ahead, but it's definitely raining hard again up there. I'll probably actually pull off and put my jacket on this time. I don't feel like getting wet again. So if I see that rain coming, we're gonna pull off and at least put my jacket on again. Well, we've hit the traffic for the I-20 split, Dallas-Fort Worth split, I guess. It's gonna say it's telling me like it's only 56 miles, but an hour and 21 minutes. But this is why. I don't know if lane splitting is legal in Texas or not. There's a Buc-ee's. Haven't seen one yet. Of course, we're in Texas. Bound to be some. I could really go for some white cheddar Buc-ee's beaver nuggets. Those things are amazing. But once you open the package, you gotta eat them all. Even if you seal the package back up, as soon as you let air in there, those things go stale in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Coming into Texas reminds me I need to put in for the nilgai hunt. If you don't know what a nilgai is, it's like this huge antelope. I can't remember if it's in the antelope family or not, but they're native to India. They come from India, and they're massive animals. And they were brought here, and there's several ranches in Texas. You can hunt them, do like paid hunts, private hunts. But there's also a wild population that is in one of the, I think it's a state park or preserve or something like that along the Gulf Coast of Texas. And I've put in for it 2 years, but I haven't drawn a tag for it. And it's probably about time to start putting in for it again. I really want to go do a bow hunt for a nilgai along the Gulf Coast of Texas. They're really cool looking animals, and supposedly they taste incredible too. But I've been trying to pull that tag, and I've got my buddy putting in for the tag too, so either one of us draws it, we can go out there and do a hunt. Somebody with a Colorado tag right there. Wonder if they're taking the same route I'm taking as they go home. We're about to start hitting the Dallas metro area traffic for sure. Starting to get pretty crowded. It's saying 34 miles to the shop, and it's saying an hour to get there. I can't remember if this shop is open till 5 or 6. I'm hoping they're open till 6. Because if I get there around 4 o'clock, which is saying right now 3:56, if I don't get there till 4 o'clock and they close at 5, I wouldn't want to be doing that, but maybe they've been awesome so far as ordering me in the tire and everything, and they said let us know when you're going to be there and we'll get it changed out. But I told them I was going to be there Saturday morning. They don't know I'm going to be here early, but hopefully they can squeeze me in, or hopefully they're at least open till 6. It'll make it not so bad. And now it looks like I might be riding into some more rain too. That's not a good combination. Huge traffic jam and rain and motorcycle. So I might be pulling off up here to put my rain jacket on. I might put my rain pants on too, because if I want to be sitting in it, I don't want everything soaked. Really trying to keep water out of my boots. That's the most important thing. I'm gonna stop right here and preemptively dress out. I can see it up there, and all the cars coming from that way have their lights on and seem like they might be wet. Well, I'm gonna have to hold off on the pants because I don't know where I put my rain pants. I thought I put them in this left side dry bag, but I don't see them in there, and I don't see them in the right side either. I would have. My thought was to put those somewhere I could get to them easily, but I think I might have packed something on top of them, or I took them out and I completely forgot them. But I'll have to just get wet from the waist down if I hit this rain, and I'll find them later. I'll deal with it later. It's time for another 100-mile check-in. Mile 1,000 of the trip, and mile 400 today puts us in Duncanville, Texas. So I've never been to Dallas before. I've been to the Dallas-Fort Worth airport a couple times, but that's about it on layovers and whatnot. But geez, I didn't realize how big the Dallas metro area is. Man, this is massive. All right, should be right up here on the right. Straight Line Motorsports. Straight Line, here it is. Oh, it's a KTM dealer. How you doing? So you guys ordered a tire for me?
We may have.
I wasn't supposed to be here until tomorrow, but I'm ahead of schedule, so.
Yeah, it's not here quite yet.
Dang it.
But it will be here.
Supposed to be here today. Oh, it's supposed to be here today.
Might be. Actually, wait. Do you remember what tire it was?
It's a Mitas Enduro Trail.
You need help, honey?
They're looking for
This
me.
is that tire that should have been here today, but it's the tracking
Still
show on
not.
Monday.
Damn it.
I know, and that had plenty of time to get here. FedEx is normally 2 days in that warehouse.
Yeah.
Can we get that tire anywhere?
Mitas only comes from parts. Let me make sure they don't have one in the Texas warehouse.
I
No,
don't think they did. You got here early, didn't you?
Yeah, I ended up leaving a day early. I left yesterday evening I left instead of leaving today. 1,000 miles since yesterday.
Were you staying for the night, or were you
Well,
trying to drive too?
I was coming in hoping to see if that was here and I could get it changed over and get like another 200 miles in, but. All right, back on the road. I just left Straight Line Motorsports, who I had called earlier in the week, and they ordered me a Mitas Enduro Trail tire, and they told me it would be here Friday, which I was quite skeptical of, and I'm like, I don't think that's going to be there Friday, but if it's going to be there Friday, then I had range with them. Okay, I'll be there Saturday morning to get it put on. They said, no problem, if you're there in the morning, we can get it put on for you right away. Well, I did show up a little bit early, hoping that they'd be able to put it on today. And not only were they technically they were able to put it on today, but the problem was the tire was not in. The owner actually looked up the FedEx tracking code, and it didn't even show being delivered until Monday. Well, that's a serious issue, because that would mean I got to wait around 2 whole days, the rest of today, Saturday, Sunday, and then wait for it to come in on sometime on Monday. Who knows when it would get there on Monday. Luckily enough, I guess that owner maybe owns 2 shops, and somebody had ordered some adventure tires a while back, and then the guy decided he wanted to go with something different, so they still had those over there. And just so happens the rear was the same size as mine. They are Dunlop. I forget what they were, but they're quite a bit more aggressive than the tires that I ordered, which is fine because I'm about to be in Colorado and Utah, and that will be beneficial. But the owner basically, he just gave me the tire and then had his guys in the shop put it on for me, and I just gave the guys in the back, I hung out with them while they put it on and bullshitted and talked about the trip, and gave them $20 cash and out the door. So I got a brand new tire installed for $20. And this works out because I can either keep this tire, like I said, it's a lot more aggressive. I do feel it bouncing. It's not as smooth on road, but it'll last me to Washington because I already ordered a new set of Mitas Enduro trails into the Cycle Gear in Bellevue, Washington, and Miguel is supposed to pick them up for me. The rear is not in yet, the front is. But then that was before my route changed. That was when I was just going to go north and be riding road the whole time. Since I'm going to be riding some off-road, I definitely needed some tread. So last minute I was having to find myself a tire like along this route to be able to be put on. And this was the shop that seemed about the right range, and they were super friendly, super helpful, and ordered it in for me right away. It's not their fault FedEx didn't get it, but that's what they were told. It was going to get here Friday and not going to be here until Monday. So it all worked out. It took less than 2 hours, I think, for all that. They sent somebody from that shop to the other shop to drive and get the tire and bring it back. And I was out of there with under 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half at most. It actually might have been even more like an hour. But we're back on the trail now. I'm going to do another 2 hours and stop tonight probably. So I'm going to be hitting the Fort Worth traffic, I think. But there's really no way around that. So I'll fight through this traffic, and then I think Wichita Falls is where I'll be staying tonight. I've already booked a place. It just lined up for what I have to ride tomorrow to get into Colorado. It didn't make sense to push more mileage today because it's not really going to make a difference. Getting in 2-3 hours early tomorrow is not going to allow me to ride, but I want to ride. I want to get into Colorado Springs, stay the night there, and then push, start riding the off-road and really figure out where I'm going to go, ride the off-road the next day and into Moab, and then I'm gonna probably stay in Moab, maybe, or ride some in Moab and maybe try to get on the white rim. I only do that if I can get a white rim trail pass the day before online. I was planning on having to get one in person really early, but if I can snag one online, then that would be good. But I know it's gonna be difficult because it's a weekend now. So with the new tire on now, I keep getting a TPMS fault, tire pressure monitoring system. The tire that came off there, it was a 42 PSI tire, and the one that went on there is a 32 PSI tire. So once I get to where I'm going today, I'm gonna have to go through the menu and figure out how to reset that. God, I hope I can do that myself. It's not another one of these Triumph things where you have to have a dealer do it. That would be awful because I'll be dealing with this tire pressure thing the entire trip. But that's the same issue with the maintenance light. Every time you do a maintenance light comes on when your oil change is due. Then you change your oil, and you're not able to reset your maintenance light for a new oil life. You'd have to take it to a dealer. Even if you change your own oil, you take it to the dealer, they want like 80 bucks to turn the light off for you. It's ridiculous. So I'm hoping that's not going to be the same thing with the tire pressure system. I stopped here in Decatur, Texas to get some gas, and while I'm getting gas, I'm going to go ahead and check I have to Google that tire pressure sensor setting, figure out if I can fix that, reset that, turn it off, something. But it's annoying because that sensor keeps coming up and it's blocking everything. It keeps giving me an error, and I have to keep closing out of it to like go to mileage, fuel economy, and all that stuff. Well, that tire pressure monitoring system cannot be adjusted. Unfortunately, that's really stupid. On an ADV bike, that's going to run a multitude of different tires. You could have street tires on here, you could have off-road tires on here. To not be able to adjust the TPMS for the tire pressure of the tires that you're running, that's chaos. That's the dumbest thing ever. It's about as dumb as their integrated grip handlebars that they use. Started in Jackson, Mississippi this morning.
On the bike?
Yeah.
You've been traveling. Right here is your room number.
Okay.
It's right across, straight ahead, right across from the water fountains. It's your elevator. It'll take you right up.